Good morning. Good morning to all my beautiful followers. Happy Wednesday. I almost forgot the day. Happy Wednesday. How you guys are doing on this beautiful day? I just wanted to come in here, show my face, say hello, good morning, happy Wednesday. I hope you all are waking up to a brand new day and I hope you all are doing great. Me, God woke me up. Thank God. Prayer done, meditation done, breakfast. I just made myself a sandwich, a grilled cheese sandwich, real quick. Coffee in hand, water, very important, and a little story time. I'm a do a little story time for you guys. Um, my story. Um, you know, now that I am much better on my healing journey, I've been on my healing journey uh almost 4 years now, right? And I am so grateful and thankful to God first and foremost, and I am so proud of myself for how far I have come in my healing journey, right? One of those things is that I'm speaking up, as a survivor of child molestation and abuse, and being in silence for 41 years, right? After I took that leap of faith in 2023 to finally speak up about what I went through as a child. um Looking back into today, I have made so much progress. And one of those progress is, again, like I said, speaking up about what I went through, about my feelings, and everything that that little girl in me has built up in the inside that couldn't speak up, couldn't express, couldn't tell my dad or the family, his family, uh, what was going on, but specifically my dad, because he's the one that raised me from the moment that my parents got separated at the age of 8. So, and speaking of my dad, which is what I'm saying, that I am so proud of myself of finally speaking up, right? One of the questions that my therapist always asked me was, because thank God I'm done with therapy and it has helped me a lot, was, why don't you ask your dad, why is it that, and I actually had that question myself, right? But I know the answer. Back in that time, there was no such thing as therapy, I guess. Um, but I did ask my dad a couple of days ago, Dad, why didn't you take me to no therapy when I went through when my mother's husband molested me at that age? You know what his answer was? I did not take you to no therapy because you didn't give me no indication that you needed therapy. You didn't give me no indication that something was going on. But you sent me to Dominican Republic that first year, right? And I even asked my youngest aunt if my dad knew about what this man did to me at that age. And she told me she actually confirmed that he did somehow knew what I went through as a child at that age. And then I connected all the dots and then, yeah, that makes a lot of sense because the first year that he sent me to Dominican Republic, I was nine and a half. My 10th birthday was celebrated in Dominican Republic. That was the first year that he sent me over there. I did the fifth grade over there. And then he returned me back. I finished elementary school. Back then it was up to sixth grade. Then I went to junior high school, seventh grade. And after that, he sent me to Dominican Republic for 4 years straight. So I asked him the other day, Dad, Why didn't you take me to no therapy when I went through this? So that was his answer. That I didn't give him no indication that I needed any therapy. Parents, children give you plenty of signs when they're being abused or molested. It's just that a lot of you guys are not paying attention. That's what I told him. I said, yeah, it's because you did not pay attention. My dad was always working, always working. And then when he sent me to Dominican Republic for all that time, obviously he's not with me. He sent me over there. He's not with me, so he's not going to be aware or know what's going on with me. And yeah, but I did express my feelings. I said, Dad, um, I think you did know. It's just that probably you don't want to admit it, or you are not comfortable with this conversation. Neither am I. But I need these answers because what I went through, I don't want my kids or my grandbaby to go through it. And what I went through as a child, it changed my entire life. It traumatized me. Okay? Children give you plenty of signs when they're being abused or molested. They get scared, they get isolated, they don't want to talk to nobody. They do give you signs. It's just that a lot of you parents don't want to see the signs, or y'all ignore the signs. And then he tells me, oh, I just got to know now that you're a grown woman that this man did this to you. Yes, Dad, because I was scared. I was scared to talk because back then you couldn't speak up. I couldn't speak up. I could not express myself about what I went through, about my feelings. When anybody that goes through this type of abuse as a child, they are afraid to talk. Their abuser even tell them something is going to happen to you or your family, right? If you talk or if you say something. Children give you plenty of signs when they're being abused or molested. It's up to you, the parents, to watch your children, be careful with your children, pay attention to your children's patterns. If you know your child very well and they change their patterns, something is going on. And you as a parent, your job is to sit down with the child and investigate and find out what's going on with your child. Unless you really don't want your child. Like I know my mother didn't want me. I know my mother did not love me at all. I know that for a fact. But the fact is, even though that was his answer, I'm actually proud of myself that I am finally speaking up and I'm asking those questions because it's very difficult. It's still very difficult for me. But guess what? I got to do what I got to do to heal myself, right? They say you're not responsible for what they did to you, but you are responsible to heal yourself. But this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing for me. He's my only parent. So I got to ask these questions even though it's uncomfortable. It's still uncomfortable for me, and I'm very well on my healing journey because if you would have told me 5 years ago that I'm going to be asking my dad these questions, I was still scared out of my mind to ask him these questions about what I went through as a child. So yeah, I'm finally asking the tough questions, and it's tough, and it's very tough, and it's very uncomfortable, but I have to do this for my healing journey. I have to do this for myself. I have to do this for that little girl in me that went through so much, and nobody, like I told him, I said, you did not pay attention. None of the family paid attention, like a lot of families don't. When any child goes through any abuse or molestation, you guys do not pay attention. My father was always working. And the family over there, obviously, they were in their own world, and nobody asked me, nobody sat me down, nobody took me to no therapy. And then, of course, back then, therapy was not a thing. I am very proud of myself that I am speaking up and asking the tough question, but it still hurts. It still hurts. It still hurts me. And out of all of this, I'm not listening to I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you went through this. I'm not getting that either. So even though I am proud of myself of finally asking these questions and speaking up, it still hurts me. It is still something that I gotta process and be okay with. That I'm not getting no apologies. That the fact that, oh no, you didn't give me no indications that something was going on with you. Huh? I got molested by this man when I was 9 years old. And my mother has not been in my life ever since. And the first trauma was my parents' separation. That's another trauma for children too, when their parents get separated. So yeah, that's my story for today. I'm still trying to heal all these traumas. I'm still trying to be okay without the apology that I very well deserve. But at the same time, I am so proud of myself that I am speaking up and I am asking the tough questions to my dad, because I know it's part of my healing journey. Like they say, and like I know, this healing journey is not easy. It's not easy. It's very messy. I'm still trying to process all of this conversation. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And to all of my survivors out there, we're going to get through this. We're going to heal. With God's will, we're going to heal. And we're going to have a much better, healthier, happier, better life. This is why I'm changing my life. This is why I'm relearning myself and redoing my entire life. Because I don't want this hurt, these traumas for the rest of my life. I don't want them. And I am learning how to put boundaries, place boundaries, my boundaries with the family. And I told my dad I don't want to go to Dominican. I'm not going to Dominican Republic ever again. I have about 33 years that I haven't been in that country, and I'm not going back ever again, because it brings me so many memories, so many bad memories. I went through a lot in those years over there with the family. I'm not going back. I told them I'm not going back. I will never go back to that country. I don't associate myself with none of them families. I have a new plan for my life. I have my own family, which are my kids and my grandbaby. And I'm moving forward with my healing journey. And I'm moving forward with my purpose. Spreading awareness to child molestation and abuse. I'm going to continue to share my story and my testimony, because I'm healing that little girl in me. And I want to help heal the survivors out there, that I know it's a lot of you guys out there. But we're going to get through this. We're going to heal, and we are going to have a much better, happier life. As long as God is waking me up, I'm going to continue to spread awareness to child molestation and abuse, and sharing my story and my testimony, so that I can help a lot of people. I know I'm going to help more than one person. And I'm here for it. This is my purpose, and I'm not going to let it go. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And once again, parents, children give you plenty of signs when they're being abused or molested. It's up to you to see those signs and pay attention to your children. Watch your children at all times. Bye-bye, you guys. Thank you for letting me share. Have a great day. Bye.